Oh! There's a big shadow behind me.
That's because you make a big impact.
That's just the effect I have on light.
That's exactly it. Yeah, it's hard to cover up all of Corey, so he makes a big shadow.
Well, I'm worried that I bumped the light or something, and that's why there's a big shadow behind me. But there could have been a big shadow last week, and I don't know. That's a Brett issue.
That's a Brett issue.
It's a Brett issue if I've ever heard one.
Brett doesn't know what he is signed up for. What he is actually signed up for is us calling him whenever there's an issue.
But here's the thing about Brett. He loves that. He loves being a part of things. So he's cool with it.
Hey, Nebula! How's
Nebula.
it going? Are you cooking anything fun tonight?
Nebula, what's the Tuesday dinner situation?
I feel like I haven't seen you in forever, Nebula.
You have been gone for 100 years.
Forever. Forever. It's been so long, guys. It's been so long. But in that time, I have watched the first episode of One Piece.
Yes.
I haven't even watched the second one because I thought it'd be an interesting thing to watch the first. I do plan on watching the second one.
Good.
Because I have heard a lot about this Zoro character.
Oronora Zoro.
I made shrimp, crawfish, and corn soup.
That's the most Louisiana dinner you could have made.
That really is.
That is the most definitive Creole.
Yeah.
Right on.
It sounds amazing, to be fair. I would totally eat that, but it is very representative of where, I think people could guess where you were without knowing where you were. They would be like, yeah, it's probably
There's very few locations where those three are served together.
Yeah. Honestly, crawfish is pretty southern anyways. I don't think there's very many, northern places that have crawfish, right? I think so.
I don't eat seafood, so the seafood regional stuff.
We've
I don't
had
get
this
it.
discussion before, and I'm
think
surprised.
less of me for
I'm
for
surprised
it.
every time because I'm like, Corey's a cool guy, and then I hear that and I'm like, well.
When I will always try foods wherever I go, and seafood has been growing on me slowly because I've been with more and more sushis I've been trying. I've been inadvertently eating more and more seafood and getting a taste for it as well.
Well, the thing about seafood as well, also, is, there's so many good sauces.
Yeah.
So, you're not really supposed to... I mean, the fish is good. The fish is
the vessel for the sauce.
But there's some really good sauce.
Yeah.
Really good sauce. Even shrimp, you have, cocktail sauce. I mean, it's really nice. It's horseradish and...
That's how I feel about Ruffles potato chips. Those are just vehicles for the dip. And
anybody who likes ruffled potato chips for the ruffled potato chips is wrong.
It's a sociopath.
Probably. That's how they should know.
Should be persecuted to the fullest extent of the law.
If someone goes into the store and buys just the potato chip,
they're a grandpa. They're a grandpa with no flavor anymore.
Yep. And honestly, we should watch out for them. Because they have lost something important in their life. And they should be on a watch list. You made catfish po' boys last week? Okay.
That's the most Louisiana thing.
Retract all of that. Restart. Now this is the most Louisiana thing. You have an incredible... I am very impressed with the amount that you cook and the variety in which you cook. Even if I was a good cook, I would probably cook the same things all the time. You're
cooking foods that, in my mind, you don't cook. You go to a restaurant for.
Yeah.
There's really some foods where I'm like, I that's not a food I cook. It's a food that I'm served.
That's exactly it. I think there's some things, I won't buy them at the restaurant because they're home-cooked foods. So, spaghetti, I refuse to buy.
Yeah,
I refuse to buy spaghetti out at a restaurant because I'm like, that's a home food. You cook that at home. For the most part, grilled cheese.
Yeah.
I would not buy a grilled cheese, although I love grilled cheese.
There's a place in Orlando called Toasted that I really like. That's a grilled cheese place, but they're specialty grilled cheeses. And so they have the one that I love, I forget the name, but it's pulled pork inside and it has a barbecue aioli that is served with it. Good. So good.
I do, there's one, so it's a big debate. You guys may not know this. It's very important. It's Royal Caribbean or Carnival.
Yes. This is the debate that's on everyone's mind.
On everybody's mind. I know,
I'm bringing up... In this current political climate.
I'm bringing up the hot topic here.
Hey, Cryptfail Carl. Your name is fitting for the channel and your interest. Amazing work.
And so I really like Royal Caribbean. My boyfriend really liked Royal Caribbean. But on Carnival, they have 24/7 grilled cheese.
That's nice.
And I'm like, wow. I will not buy a grilled cheese, but technically you're not buying it because it's included.
It's the buffet.
Yes.
I don't think I could handle 24/7 grilled cheese.
I had so many 2 o'clock in the morning grilled cheeses when I went on Caribbean. It was phenomenal.
Hit different.
It really does. It really does. And I don't even drink, and it hit different.
Well, let's not let Crit Fail Carl down here. What
Okay.
did you think of episode 1? First of all, how does it feel to watch the first episode of a show and know that you're not even 1% of the way through the show?
I feel like that's quite a few animes. So what happens is I'll watch an anime based on how feasible it is, normally, how feasible it is that I could theoretically get through all of the content. Which is why I've never watched the first One Piece before, is because I like look at that and I'm like, well, that's probably not gonna happen. Have we looked up how many hours? What is the total viewing time on One Piece? Do we know that?
Really quick.
Because I would like to know that.
This is probably counting filler and stuff too. Viewing
Well,
time
maybe it's with. Hey, Zindern, how's it going?
total watch time of One Piece. Approximately 399.6 to 463 hours. So about 400 hours without filler would be my guess.
How many hours are there? How many days would that be? If you were
I think it's
math?
like a literal month.
'Cause it sounds like a lot.
Hang on. One Piece.
Wait, you switched to the manga? How does that make it much better?
The manga is honestly a lot easier to get through.
Oh, is it?
Because it's paced a lot differently.
Oh.
I thought this would tell you the one.
15 days of nonstop viewing. Yep. It's the fastest way and no filler.
Yeah. I can't find it.
You want to sleep for 8 hours like a casual.
How long is 400 hours?
Also,
16 days and 16 hours is 400 hours. So half a month it would take you to do that.
If you're doing it straight.
24/7.
Which I feel like should be a challenge.
That's a brutal challenge. The manga has much better pacing than the anime. Where you're at currently in the anime, great pacing. It's not really until
I'm only on episode 1.
No.
So I hope it's good pacing.
Because for like the first while, I think it's even into Arlong Park. There's like no padding for time or anything. Like everything you're seeing is like a chapter of the manga, if not a little bit more. But then they hit a point where it is where they're just padding for runtime to try to let the manga get a little further ahead of them and stuff like that.
How many episodes in a row have you watched ever? What's your highest? What's your highest go to?
So okay, there's two answers to this. To sit down and watch was probably 12, but longer because there was a point for Dressrosa. For the majority of Dressrosa, I was working at a project at work that literally just required me to copy and paste. I copied one thing, pasted it 4 times, moved on to the next, and then did that over and over again like 3,000 times. So when that was going, I just had One Piece playing while doing that. So I was actively doing something else, like kind of watching it at the same time. And then when something big would happen, I would like make sure nobody's looking, and then I would just pull that up and watch that, and then I go back to doing it. But like sit down and watch properly, like 12 episodes, I think, at a time.
Like baby numbers.
These are baby numbers, but again, I was watching it for about 8 hours a day for a month. So I was consuming a lot of One Piece at that point too.
You have caught up on a lot, and you have officially finished?
Yeah. No. Yes and no. I'm manga. I'm caught up.
Okay.
In the anime, I just watched the dub, and I'll have like 2 more episodes of the dub that came out a couple days ago.
There have been 30 episodes of Naruto in a day. It's pretty good. That's pretty good.
That's brutal as well. Naruto is just a lot of.
Is it Naruto or Naruto?
It's both. It's
okay.
Wherever you're from, it's how you say it. Naruto has a lot of filler. Like that's kind of like famous for how much filler. There's filler arcs of Naruto.
Did episode 1 hit as hard for you as other anime intros?
Great question, Crit Fail.
That is a great question. I think in some way, yeah. Okay. I was very interested in the magic to no magic ratio.
Yeah.
There were like swords and pirates and stuff, and then he's like, I'm made out of rubber, and I was like,
yep.
Okay, so there's probably more to this show.
Yeah, there's a lot more to that.
But I thought they did a really good job of making, like, the girl with the pink hair didn't speak, like, literally at all.
The orange hair girl, you mean?
Yeah.
Yes.
Isn't it pink?
No.
Okay, the orange. Okay,
There were the two girls you saw, the two like characters that are girls.
Yeah.
You saw Alvida, who's the fat pirate lady,
No.
and then there's the red hair girl.
Right. Okay, red hair. Red,
Yes.
whatever. Pink or orange, depending on how you.
It's one of those colors.
Yeah.
You should also adjust your TV colors.
I think, but I thought that was interesting. I thought they did a really good job introducing her because she's gonna be a big character. But I thought it was. I don't know. I thought it was a very good intro, like a very good first episode.
My note for her was her outfit where she had the bandana on. Killer outfit. That was a great outfit.
Yeah.
She never wears it again. Never again. I saw that and I was like, that's an awesome outfit. She don't wear that again.
I thought that was her outfit because it looks like legit her. Like that looks great.
She wears a lot of outfits. It's normally per arc she has like an outfit.
Oh, okay.
But she's got like 2 default outfits and one of them is coming up soonish. And then the other one is like post time skip.
I love Luffy's voice, but I did the
Luffy.
It's
okay.
Luffy.
Sully says Luffy. She's put that worm in your brain.
Well, I watched it with the subtitles on. So I just assumed there was an accent. But anyways, I thought his voice was great. I thought the evil pirate lady, her voice was great. Alvida, there you go.
What did you think of Kobe?
I thought it was very similar in the way to say Corey. And I was like, and this is why Corey likes the show.
They name dropped me.
Obviously.
No, his name is Kobe, which is the name of my cousin.
Oh.
Yes.
I see. I thought it was an interesting first episode. I don't know if it was like, what is going on? I've got what on earth? I thought they did a really good job of setting up what was kind of like the general
the ideas of
it and the general feel of it.
Yeah.
Like I can kind of really go into like I know what I'm getting. I feel like for the rest of the thing, knowing like you know how people pick a movie because of how they want to feel.
Right.
I can understand what people are trying to get with that for sure.
With what I wrote down was I was surprised. First of all, Luffy doesn't introduce himself as the man who will be king of the pirates, which is like every other time he introduces himself, he says, "Hi, I'm Luffy. I'm going to be king of the pirates one day."
But he says it like 4 times.
He does say it, but he does not. When he first introduces himself to Kobe, he does not say, "I'm Luffy. I'm going to be king of the pirates."
Okay.
He just says, "I'm Luffy."
Okay.
But then later he says it. But I was surprised at how in line Luffy still is, like from this episode onwards. Like he is consistent. That is Luffy the entire series.
Gotcha.
Like it's impressive how consistent he is as a character.
Gotcha. I do like the which I can picture very easily. I think that character type of the self-confident
Dumb leader.
The dumb leader. I think that's easy to keep and also very lovable for like even for big character arcs. I think even keeping in that character trope is very easy to do and still very likable. I didn't watch it in the subtitles just because it's much easier for me to take the voices seriously if they're in Japanese normally.
For these characters, for these episodes for a while, like the dub, they honestly sound a lot like their sub.
Do they?
Like they sound a lot like who they do in the sub. Like their voice ranges are really similar too. But if you know the way they print it, like in English, you can hear how dramatic they are with stuff. So if that's the harder part, then yeah.
Yeah. Well, and also one time I watched an anime where the dub voices changed. At some point, they changed out a character or something. Yeah. And I could never watch it again.
That can suck you out of it.
Like really bad. Which character are you most interested in learning more about? Honestly, let's see.
Let's consult the
notes. Honestly, I really like the what did they call her? The hefty pirate.
Alvida.
What did he insulted Major in Chunky or something.
In the dub, he just says, "Who's the fat lady?"
In the sub, he's like a chunky or something or other.
Does he?
And she was like, yeah! And I was like, yeah, that's me too. I would be that. I actually really liked her. I also thought, for interest, I really liked the Kobe.
Man, I hate Kobe. I had wrote the second to last note I wrote was I still can't stand Kobe.
Yeah,
I cannot stand
but
Kobe.
But only that's why I find him interesting. So obviously I'm going to like Luffy. Obviously I'm going to like the orange or pink haired girl, depending on.
It's like 100% orange. It's kind of like part of her thing. They said it's orange hair.
Yeah. Obviously I'm gonna like them. Like they're gonna be great.
Yeah.
I just thought, I think Kobe, this is what I wrote. Kobe looks like he got lost on the way to a Pokemon tournament.
Yes.
And that's why I was like, he just happened to be in the wrong anime.
You're in the wrong series, my guy.
He just got lost somewhere. And I'm kind of interested to see how he fits. Because, like, everybody else clearly belongs in that anime.
Right.
They all fit very well. And I'm like, he just got lost somewhere on the way to a Pokemon tournament. And he's just, I don't know why he's in the show. So I'm kind of interested to see where he goes.
That is part of his character, too, is because he did get, like...
He just went on a fishing trip.
Yeah, he wanted to be a Marine, and now he's forced to be a pirate. So he's like, I don't want to be here.
Okay, so wait. So let me just... Okay, well, I guess we can go there first. So it said that he went fishing. He went on a fishing trip. Right. And then he just was like, and now I'm a pirate.
Right.
And I was like, that's a great character arc. That's going to be my next Pathfinder character, and I hope you all know that.
You just fall in love with the sea so hard.
Yeah.
Like one passive thing.
Yeah, it's going to be a thing. I'm just going to happen to be at the right place at the right time and be too shy to say that I'm not actually part of the hero group. And eventually, it will. I'll just be part of the crew. Okay, serious questions, which I don't know if I want to know or not. So keep in mind. At the beginning, and when the prequel, what is it called? The intro. They're like they have this.
Chat froze.
Uh-oh, did chat freeze?
It did. I'll fix it. Go ahead. Keep talking. I'm sorry. I can fix it while you're talking.
Okay, so it's like the previous pirate king. He has all
Goldie Roger.
Yes, he has the fame,
wealth,
money,
and
power, all that stuff. And then what? Like he gets caught?
Yeah.
Like what? Like that means he didn't get all of the fame, wealth, and power.
Well, he did get it all.
Or if he had enough wealth, he would have bought himself out of getting killed. Is how I would think that would work. And obviously he's not that powerful because he could just get his head chopped off or something. So I'm sure it goes, I don't know I'm not sure. Actually, I say I'm sure, I'm not sure.
Here's what I'm going to do, because the Twitch chat is just fully not working. Like the whole screen on our side froze. So I'm just going to pull it up here. And we'll do this. There you go. So you can see it says Zinder said not a fan of Kobe here, and then it fully, there's been other chats since then. Anyway, sorry. Curious if y'all thought episode 1 tone was more lighthearted or deep. My friends' opinions are split on it. LOL.
Seems quite lighthearted.
It's pretty lighthearted. I mean, I know the deeper stuff from within, and it's deeper to me now that I've watched the series, and I'm just nostalgic for it. Like it has a much deeper place in my heart than it did when I first watched it 2-3 years ago.
Is this a time skip in which is part of the show on how he got sucked into the whirlpool?
No.
No. Okay.
I mean, you learn about like eventually. Don't expect it for a long time, but you do learn about like where Luffy's from. Actually, there's pretty soon. This is not a spoiler because it's just an interesting difference between the anime and the manga. Is I think it's like episode 5 is you learn how Luffy got the devil fruit. So how he became a rubber man. But in the manga, the very first thing is that opening. Is him eating the fruit and then going out to sea and then finding Kobe. But the anime like swapped it around a little bit. Okay. Which is just interesting because it kind of mentally sets you up a little differently depending on where you enter in from. So.
Right. Speaking of rubber, it seems very good.
Yes. Yeah, that gum fruit works. It's a good one.
It's really good. Like it seems. It's one of those things where I'm like, how would there be any problems? Because it seems okay. How far does the rubber go? Does he feel like pain when he gets hit? Because it got smooshed on the head and it did not seem to affect him.
The rules of it are, and this is one thing I don't know if I wrote it down, but it was weird when Kobe closed his eyes and then their swords broke into the ceiling.
Right.
Don't know how he did that.
Okay.
Don't have no idea why that one happened.
Because I was like, it seems really strong.
He is. If we're talking like Pathfinder and D&D like mindsets, he's immune to bludgeoning, but he can be cut. So that's how she hit him with his club or with her club.
Gotcha.
And he was like, that doesn't work. And then hit her back. Because it's just like hitting a lump of rubber. It's not going to do anything.
Okay. So, but how far does like the rubber ability go? Is he like made of rubber?
He's like made of rubber.
So why would he still need to eat?
I mean, he's still a person. It's like his skin and insides are made of rubber, but they still function the same.
So like he still needs to eat,
Right.
and he still needs to breathe.
Right. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. He's not like a Ken doll now. He's just like you're exactly the same, except everything is made of rubber.
Okay. Okay, so, getting things up. I also was wondering about the sword thing, because I was like, it really seems like swords are the lowest tier in fighting in this. They have, like, the sword mobsters, which are, like, level 0.5.
Yeah.
And then it's got, like, club people, and then, like, punching way up
anything,
here.
clubs are the lowest form. It is swords are, like, one of the highest ones. There is very soon you'll see how much people care about swords in this series. Like, so swords and swordsmanship is a big part of it.
I'm assuming that Zorro is a swordman.
Yes.
Hence
he's
the name.
He is the swordsman, yes.
Okay.
He's got a gimmick with it. She hasn't seen Shanks yet. That's like episode 5. With the flashback stuff. But Shanks is like one of the coolest characters in the entire series. He's in 12 episodes. Like he's in like nothing because you'll see why. There's a reason why, and it's because he is so cool. But it is like he is in very very little bit of it.
Okay.
To the point when he would show up. My friend who was caught up. When he would show up, I just text him all caps. Shanks sighting. My friend's like, nice dude.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Okay, so back to my notes, guys. I took notes. Okay, so the previous king died. So that means that, like, as powerful as pirates get, there's just, like, they just can't really compare it to, like, the online people. So, like, once they get on land, are they just, like, regular schmucks?
What are you talking about?
Pirates.
Okay, I mean,
like,
any pirate's a
pirate
regular
king,
schmuck. That's just
yeah,
on
but
the
like
water.
on the king, like if the king of pirates, who is like the ultimate badass, is just like they just caught him and killed him.
Right.
Like, does that mean is this specifically is that the level scaling tier to pirate, and then there's a whole nother level scaling tier to like the Navy people.
So So to answer that, and again, they'll go further in depth on this stuff much later. You're asking questions that they do answer, and they do answer relatively quickly.
Okay.
But how it works in the world is there's pirates. Anyone can just be a pirate. You say I'm a pirate, you're a pirate now. You have a Jolly Roger, you're a pirate. There's the Marines.
I think that's how it works in real life too.
Yes. There's the Marines, which are the guys you saw. Then they have admirals, vice admirals, sergeants, like the regular kind of tiers like that. Pirates have, I don't know when they introduced this. This is a bit of a spoiler, but not really. This is a world building thing that they explain. There's pirates, and then at the very top is the king of the pirates. Only Goldie Roger has ever been the king of the pirates. Okay. So it's anyone who gets the One Piece then becomes the king of the pirates. He was the one that made the One Piece, essentially. Like, he established what the One Piece is, so everyone's chasing after that now.
Gotcha.
For pirate ranking, there's 3 rankings, or 4, I guess. There's the base one. You can be a warlord, which is the 7 warlords of the sea, which are they work with the government, that they're like such big pirates that the government is giving them like immunity to help them keep kind of like track of everything that's happening.
Gotcha.
So like they're the big ones. Oh, the screen reset itself. That's good. Can I do this? Oh. All right. I don't know what happened there. That's weird. Anyway, they couldn't even see what happened. So the you have the warlords, which are like they work with the government. The government gives them immunity and helps like as long as they're there to kind of keep people from becoming too powerful. And then above them are the 4 emperors of the sea, who are the 4 most powerful pirates that rule the world. Like they're the ones that that the government fears the most. So how did the
pirate king get caught? I'm guessing he didn't die since he has all this lore.
They explain everything. And that's a big thing. I'm not going to explain that to you. But they explain how he gets caught, why he gets caught, and the context around what that meant and what happened in the world.
Okay. Let's see here. Oh, I just thought it was really funny. I had no idea why I wrote this comment, actually. Because I was like, follow instructions in a calm manner. I don't know why I wrote that down. But it's because when the cruise ship, or whatever it was, they first started getting attacked and everybody was screaming and running.
Yeah.
They were like, follow the instruction, or whatever it is. Go to the boats in a calm manner. And I'm like, who does that?
Yeah.
At any time, if there's an emergency and you're like, please go to the exit in a calm and orderly manner. That's never going to happen.
Also, I want to know, because we don't know what that was. I want to know what that boat was.
Yeah.
Because it was just a lot of people dancing in there. What was that? Why were they there? What were they doing? What was the point of that?
It was just like a cruise ship, I guess.
But it wasn't even like there was no like food anywhere.
Yeah,
it was literally just a ballroom.
Yeah.
It's like, why are you here?
That's true. Let's see here. I did like the orange/pink-haired girl, where she was like walked by the thing and she was like giggle giggle and then like crotch shot and then just like oops and then just kept walking. That was awesome.
She rules.
How
many One Piece characters do you know? Just from general knowledge.
I know the guy with the swirl eyebrows.
Yes, Sanji.
Probably.
Yes.
I know, there's like the big sister to the orange-haired girl, but with black hair, I think, and really big boobs.
She does have really big boobs. Frankly, they both have really big boobs. It's kind of their shtick. That's kind of Oda's thing.
Okay. And then...
Calling your older sister is funny, but not fully incorrect.
Well, yeah, but it's like the serious, like not the serious, like the sexier older one.
Yeah.
Where this one's like the fun younger one.
Yes.
I guess. That's as much as I know.
6-year older one, the funny younger one.
I don't know.
It's really funny.
And then let's see, who else do I know? I feel like I probably know more of them. I think there's a person with like no expression at all. They just have like a straight line face, right? Or something? Like a totally smooth face. Or is that a different one?
That's a different one.
That's a different one.
There is someone on the crew technically that does not really have expressions, but that's not what you're talking about.
I feel like I would recognize. Yeah, I would need. I need to.
I agree with Bryn.
Yeah, that's probably.
We should do that.
That's a good idea.
Know what we're doing next week.
Yeah. I don't really know. I don't really know many of the things. I feel like it's a giant crew. I did watch the intro, so there was like the guy in the school outfit. Is that the guy with the swirly eyebrows?
There's the swirly eyebrows wears a suit.
A suit.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe that's the same one.
Yeah.
Okay. And I feel like there's a guy with a really high collared jacket that looks really takes himself very seriously, I think.
No, not on the crew. I don't remember. I don't remember all the stuff from the intro, but so there might just be like another character that does that.
I'd have to, not much is what I would say.
That's what I was curious. I was curious on like if a character gets introduced, are you gonna recognize them as they're joining the crew, or if it's just gonna be like this is just another fun singing character. I know that the orange-haired
girl/pink-haired girl does join the crew. And then I don't even know if the pink-haired guy joins the crew.
No pink-haired guy.
Yeah.
Oh, Kobe? Kobe? Oh, yeah, Kobe.
He's distinctly pink-haired.
Yeah, I just block him out of my memory.
And I think
just repress Kobe.
I think there's like a dog that talks, or like a pine cone that talks. I can't. But I don't really.
Dog or a pine cone.
So.
Oh my god,
that's how much I know about that.
Look, I can see your train of thought on that just based off of colors. That's really funny. He's not a pine cone. I'll give you that one for free. Okay. He's not a pine cone.
There's no pine cones. Okay. Well, that's. Other than that, I don't really know.
We thought we'd lose Bryn to Horse Girl game. Instead, we lost Bryn to the One Piece. I win.
Yes.
I've defeated horses.
Other than that, I'm sure I would recognize others off of just like general merch and stuff. But I really do not know a lot about One Piece at all. I've never even seen like clips or stuff. So like there's a lot of shows where I've seen like clips of things. But One Piece, I really haven't seen any clips either. So,
Great.
like, we're starting out fresh, guys. Starting out fresh. Of course, now that we've talked about One Piece, I'm sure that my phone's going to be like, One Piece!
Because here's the latest episode. Here's the most major spoiler possible for
Yeah,
you.
right. Here it is. Why don't you see it on this 3-second clip that you can't skip?
I had a thing spoiled for me that I can't go into detail about, but it's, there's the One Piece trading card game, and they have collectible like boxes with them, and that box spoiled something for me, and I was like, awesome. And then the next episode I watched was the reveal of what I got spoiled for, and I was like, that's awesome. Actually, that's actually like so cool.
I've watched very little anime. I'm sure you've watched a lot.
I've watched a lot.
I really like anime. I just have very little time in my life, and I don't really watch things alone. And I have regular people friends, and they don't watch anime, so I end up.
Did your boyfriend watch this with you?
No.
Oh, okay.
Well, he was working today.
Oh, okay.
And so I was like, well, he's been working like nonstop, and I'm like, well, this is the perfect time for me to get this going. I was going to force him to watch it with me, but I figured.
I was curious. I don't know what his vibe is with anime, so that's why I was like, oh.
I don't think he's also just a regular person.
Yeah.
So I don't think he's watched any anime. In fact, I said something the other day that I thought was like a regular person thing to say, and apparently it wasn't. It was mostly a video game person thing to say. He was like, what? So apparently I'm more of a gamer than I would think, is what I'm saying. Okay. I like... Wait. Let me go back and see here. Okay, so they found this barrel,
yes.
And they were like, we're gonna punch it open, and I'm like, if you think it's filled with beer, why don't you just uncork it?
Yeah, they're not smart. These guys aren't like smart.
There's like a clear cork right in the top. They're like, alcohol, kapad. I'm like, what? That would spill it everywhere.
Yeah.
Just looking for the realism in this show. Not there.
You're in the wrong show.
I did like that they took their unconscious friend with them when they ran.
Yeah.
They dragged him, and then he also reappeared several times. And
So-
I thought that was fun.
So the thing with One Piece is that Luffy does not kill. Like he has 0 confirmed kills the entire series. I think there's only like 2 of the crew members have like confirmed killed somebody. But like even when he's fighting like the major antagonists of the arcs, he does not kill them. That's kind of his thing. Is it's more because that bothered my friend a lot when he was watching it. That he's like, that guy should be dead, but he's not. But it's think of it more as these are 2 ideologies that are clashing together, and then Luffy is trying to show how his is better than theirs. So
Gotcha.
that's just a fun detail. Luffy just does not kill.
Gotcha.
They don't make a thing out of it, but he does not. I know.
Let's see here. We've got a Corey in the audience.
That's my friend Noah. I know.
Okay, let's see here. I liked some of the lines. If only I had the courage to drift across the ocean in a barrel.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's questionable. And then why didn't they send... They had 3 Navy ships that popped up. Why didn't they send one off of Luffy's little ship? They were like, it's just a small size.
He's good like that.
Oh,
he's built different. I don't know.
He's built different. I see.
The Navy's also not the smartest in the world, so but I think they were more focusing on Alvida than him because they saw the Alvida pirate ship, so they probably just saw me reaching a bit here. My default assumption would be those 3 see a pirate ship, they're gonna go after that first.
Okay, that makes sense. And then also when I saw they had like the Zero is the most dangerous. Isn't he a bounty hunter?
Zoro? Yeah, he's the pirate hunter. Pirate hunter
then
Zoro.
why is he in jail?
Watch the next episode and find out.
Because I was like, they were like, oh yeah, he's in prison of the Navy, and I'm like, well then it's not a very good bounty hunter, is he? I mean, he is probably one of the more favored characters as far as I can tell.
He's one of my favorite. He constantly competes with, as you said, the sexy older sister.
No.
Those 2, like it's always Luffy's number 1, but then those 2 are kind of always competing for like. If we take Luffy out of the equation, they're always competing for number 1 in my head.
Okay. While I was watching this, I did think about the real pirates back in the Yonder Year. of the incredible amount of code that they had within the pirate code.
Right.
Which I know in Pirates of the Caribbean they make that a joke or whatever. But it's actually a thing. The pirate code was actually a thing.
Right.
And then because pirates were such a... Like, there was a very, very... like, planned out way that you dealt with pirates. Like, pirates were a huge problem. And so you could... I think there was an exact way that they dealt with piracy. Mm-hmm. Where if there was just, like, a regular ship, and there was a pirate ship came on, like, it attacked them or whatever, the pirate ship wouldn't kill anybody. That you just had to give them... I don't even know if it was everything.
Yeah.
But it was like a good like
chunk of it.
Pretty good chunk. And then they would kill, if one person rebelled, they would kill everybody on board. Mm. And that's just how they asserted dominance, basically. They were like, it was just like they wouldn't kill, they would not kill anyone for any reason until one person started rebelling, and then they would kill every single person on board.
Right.
And that's how they made the statement of
don't
mess with pirates. And I'm like, that's very interesting. Anyways, I just thought it was kind of...
that's cool. I didn't know that.
Yeah, I think so. It was something like that. It was very strict, and all of the pirates followed this code.
Yeah.
So that pirating worked. They just go and take things, and it would be okay.
Yeah, there's no actual code or guidelines or anything in One Piece, but there is a sense of honor and first come first serve,
right.
Kind of or you got stakes on this kind of thing. Right. That's kind of an element of a lot of the stuff in there.
Yeah, I did like the vibe of the show. It's generally pretty low key, where you didn't have to stress out too much.
Right.
For the most part, I can generally guarantee that none of the main people are not gonna die in any just random show.
Right.
It's gonna be a big build-up, probably.
Yeah.
And if they even die. It would be, I feel kind of a stretch. I'm sure, I don't know, it may or may not happen. But I feel like it wouldn't be just... We're not gonna be Game of Thrones around here.
Right, yeah, no. There's... when death happens, in One Piece, death is pretty impactful.
Right,
when it does occur. And you want some of my notes for the first episode as a retrospection was Nami's outfit goes hard.
Why didn't you keep that? I thought that's what her regular outfit was.
She's got a different outfit.
But she has a little headband, doesn't she?
A
little pirate.
No,
thingy?
sometimes she does. In the early one she does, but after I think around Arlong Park, that's that becomes her signature outfit for a while. Luffy doesn't introduce himself as the man who'll be the king of the pirates. He just says, "My name's that." A small little detail that's you would not notice it without rewatching is the eye catcher in the middle there. Hang on, Nebula just said something insane. Fun fact: I'm a descendant of a famous French pirate, Jean Lafitte. I don't know how to say it in French.
French is a wild language.
Again, you're just so Louisiana.
You really are. you really are. Honestly, you should write a book.
A cookbook and then throw in fun little French pirate facts.
Weird little facts about things, because I'm sure it would fit.
So on the eye catcher, where it says where the commercial break would be, where it has the wanted poster fly up for it. That first song that plays is Zoro's theme song, which is just interesting because it's Luffy's wanted poster that pops up. And then on the second one, then it's Luffy's theme song that plays afterwards.
Gotcha.
So I just thought that was kind of a fun little interesting thing that his theme song played and he's not there. Also, it was crazy how much music in that series, in this first episode, is still used actively.
Oh, okay.
The song that's playing when he's fighting all of the pirates and does the Gum Gum pistol. Right. I think the song is called Rubber Bazooka. It's one of the best songs in the series. That song goes hard. And one song that's never played again is the absolutely insane guitar riff that plays at the end of the episode. That when it happened, I laughed out loud. It's what?
I thought that was his theme music.
That's not his theme music. That insane 90s guitar riff never happens again. I liked it, but I was just like, whoa, this is not this show. They don't do that.
I actually remember that music in particular, because I don't really remember any of the other ones. But when I zoomed in, I was like, well, this is clearly his theme music.
No, it's not. Because
it's like, I mean, it goes a bit hard, and it's very It's not like jarring, but it's pretty different than the other music in the episode.
Way tonal.
And I was like, oh, okay, well, clearly this introducing a new character. This is his music. It's probably gonna fit his character a lot.
No, he's I don't want to say it, because you'll watch it soon. You'll see his stuff. That's not his theme. That's not his vibe. That was such a hard pivot from like the normal music that it fully threw me off. I was like, what the hell? I don't remember that happening.
I'm kind of interested. So I think by next week I'll try and watch till episode 5.
Episode 5. I think it's like, pull up my Crunchyroll real quick. I'm pretty sure episode 5 is the big I went to Google Chrome instead of Crunchyroll. Is the big Luffy backstory stuff.
Well, we can also exactly what episode is okay. After watching, would
episode
you recommend
4.
this? Would you recommend this show? Corey is a huge fan, but I haven't watched it.
Yes.
It kind of depends what. It kind of depends what you're looking out for a show. I thought it was a very fun show, and I think the vibe of it is very easy watching. So it's kind of like, I don't know, it is kind of a feel-good show. I'm not stressing out really watching it, but it's interesting enough where there's clearly things going on, so you want to pay attention. It's not like you're like, yeah, sure, keep going, whatever it is.
It keeps you hooked, engaged.
Yeah, there's enough that you want to pay attention to, because you don't want to miss. You're like, I'm absolutely sure several of the things will come back up, so I have to kind of pay attention, which I like about shows. I don't like if they're too predictable, or if I can just put them on the background. I mean, I'm sure you can, but generally there's things that can be missed, so you want to watch them a little bit.
Yeah, the creator Oda is phenomenal at pulling something back from because there's so much of it that he'll just pull something back from 10 years ago, and you'd be like, oh my god, what? It'd be mind-blowing.
So I did think, and I thought, generally, I think the general, vibe of it is very good. It's fun watching. I thought it was a very fun show.
And here's the thing. With Noah, my friend, he's, first of all, just a fun fact, remember when we did the TTRPG, or you asked me, how I got into TTRPGs? Yeah. He was one of the ones.
Oh, yeah.
He was the one that did the funny little wizard fight.
Got you.
But Noah, specifically you, Noah, have watched most of Fairy Tail, which you would like One Piece. It's pretty similar vibes, but kind of better. So you would like Fairy Tail. Look, nobody's gonna. Fairy Tail has its fans, and Fairy Tail is a fine show.
One of them is in our audience.
It does not hold really as much weight as Naruto and Bleach and One Piece did.
So to be fair, I've watched see another one. Look at this.
Fairy Tail. I watched a lot of Fairy Tail.
There is many.
Exactly what Noah said. Just a lot of fan service. There is a disgusting amount of fan service.
I can't remember what show I was watching, and I loved all of the fan service. And I told that I said it to someone. It was Sword Art Online or whatever.
Yeah.
And they were like, "Oh my god!" I was like, "Oh, I'm watching Sword Art Online." I didn't get very far. I think I got to level something or other.
You gotta finish it.
Yeah, no.
It's not that good. It gets really weird.
Yeah, it was once it started getting weird, I was like, that's probably good. Because I really enjoyed the very beginning of it.
Yeah.
And they were like, it's all fan service as a negative comment. And I'm like, what? Do you know I am actually a fan? So this is great news to me. But I ended up, once it got started getting weird, I was like, it's okay, I'll just remember the good parts, it's fine.
Yeah, the Sword Art Online is one of the beginner animes for a while. Which is just unfortunate because
Good choice, Bryn, good choice.
It is just one of the easier ones to get because it's a simple premise.
Yeah.
So it's just it's pretty easy to get into it. But it is just really cool premise, just real bad executions at some point there.
Well, and I think I lost. It got like quite serious at one point, and I just wasn't. I really am kind of. I don't know. I have kind of a stressful job, so I don't really want to be too stressed out when I'm watching things. I mean, it can be stressful. I'm not saying it can never be.
Yeah.
But the general feel of it, I like my Fast and Furious movies more than I do my Game of Thrones movies.
Right.
I'm a bit more on like the hero doesn't die. We will probably come out okay in the end.
We're meeting fun characters.
Yeah, like it's fun and like goes on, and I don't feel like being depressed watching my own shows. Speaking of which, by the way,
yes,
I've been watching Love Is Blind. The US one. And I was like, okay, so the US ones are interesting, but Chris has watched all of the Love Is Blind, who's my boyfriend. He's watched all the Love Is Blind. We watched the most recent show, great. And then he was like, we can go watch the previous ones. And I'm like, no, the whole point of these shows is that you don't know what's going to happen. I can't watch this as someone who's already watched it, because that's not the point of the show.
Right.
So we started watching ones from other countries. So we watched the UK, Love Is Blind UK, which is incredibly interesting because they actually process things a lot differently than they do in the US. And then we've just started watching Love Is Blind Japan. And it is wild.
Is it just insane in there?
So Japanese are incredibly private people.
Yeah.
And it only ran for one season because they couldn't get people to audition for it.
That's funny.
That's how private these people, like, they just don't want to be on a reality TV show. Reality TV just isn't really a thing for them. And
Unless
but
like game shows and stuff.
yeah.
Like that. Yeah.
So the people who are on it treat it similarly to a game show. And like some of them treat it similarly to a game show. But it is remarkably interesting on how different the culture of dating is. And even the, like, dynamics of relationships is so different that I'm like, whoa. When we go to Japan, we're going to have to, like, really watch out. Because, they have, I don't know if you know the concept of Love Is Blind.
Is it that they get married before they, like, know each other fully?
Well, yeah, so they basically they meet each other in separate rooms. They can hear each other, but they can't see each other.
Right.
And so they can talk as much as they want, and they can, like, understand, understand who the person is before seeing them. So, like, you can do all the stuff except for see them, basically. So it's really cool. It's like a really cool premise, and it's got the highest success rate. It's got a success rate of like 25% of people that have stayed married, which is better than The Bachelorette, which is like 0.04%.
Comparatively, it's great, but it's just like 25% is just a funny.
Even on a dating app, though.
Yeah.
25% is unreal. Like, it's such a high number.
Forces you to know the person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
First. And to be, like, actively trying to communicate with them. Before, like, because they discuss where they're gonna live, what money situation, whether they want kids. Like, they talk about all of the stuff that makes them, like, who they are.
Right.
Before getting into, like, the nitty-gritty of the relationship.
Yeah.
It's very interesting. But then the Japan version is insane. The woman, the only reason that I thought about this while I was watching, this show, is that one of the characters had pink hair. Not one of the characters, one of the guys. And not pink hair, he had blonde hair. He had blonde hair, sorry. I was thinking about the pink hair. Like,
one of the characters had pink hair. No, one of the guys had pink hair. No, one of the guys was blonde.
Sorry. In One Piece, they have dyed hair, right?
Fully different.
Wow. But he had dyed hair. And, it's a thing. Like, I have, like, the punk guys have blonde hair over there, or whatever it is. And they're not allowed to say anything about how they look.
Oh,
and
really?
So, so they ended up meeting, and they walk across this bridge, and there's this, like, very quiet woman, which is all of the women. And they walk across the bridge, and he has blonde hair, and she's terrified of him. I mean, terrified. I'm not even joking. She can barely look at him.
Oh.
And then he's like, well, yeah, I'm sorry. I must be scaring you. And she's like, yes. And he's like, I mean, and they cut away to like the side conversation. And they're like, yeah, he's like, all I can do is apologize. Like, I mean, and I'm like, what is happening? And so it goes back to them. And she's like, oh, he's like, yeah, I look very scared. She's like, yeah, it just looks like you would hit me. And I'm like, what?
Yo! Whoa!
Is that like a normal thing in Japan? Like now, if that's the first thing that pops into her mind, is that something that happens in Japan? That like a woman, just like just a regular woman, just assumes that a guy with dyed hair would... Is that something that happens often enough that that's just an assumed thing that someone would do?
Is it that, or is it just because he like looks punk rock, so she's just like, default is you're rowdy, you're gonna hit me? But like... I don't, it's so insane.
I think if I went to an MMA fight and there were like the rowdiest, drunkest bar fight ever, I would not assume any of them would hit me. At any time would I be like, yeah, I just thought you might hit me.
Oh, that's gotta be heartbreaking for the guy too,
right?
because like he likes her, but now she's just scared of him.
She would and it was like honest fear.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is the weirdest cultural show I've ever watched. I would absolutely suggest it because it's very interesting, just on a cultural study of Japan, apparently. But it was wild. I
never thought about the blonde as the punk over there.
Very
but
punk.
It is because in like Persona 5, there's Ryuji who has a punk with blonde hair, and I just never even like put that together that it's that.
Yeah, and he was like such a like very, very kind guy. The reason that they got along so well with this very quiet, very soft-spoken woman is because he was also very quiet and very soft-spoken, and he was very emotionally mature.
He just looks
But he looks
for them,
like he's got like blonde and a spiky, and he's very narrow faced, very sharp cheekbones, like skinny guy. And it was just the most shocking thing. Jeez Louise. Anyways, I don't know. I've just gone on a tangent. But things to watch. If you do want to watch something that's a reality TV show that's not quite the norm, is the Love is Blind Japan version. Because they are not used to the reality TV that we have over here.
Yeah, no. It's very, very... I mean, I think they just do game shows over there. I think it's very rare that they even do reality show.
I really don't. I think they're too private. Actually, several of the people on the show would be like, I won't be able to go back to my job. I'll have to get a new job after this show because it will be too embarrassing, like, to go back to the job.
That's crazy.
And I'm like, wow, that is a commitment to going on a reality TV show. I wonder why they went on.
Yeah.
Like, that's wild.
Huh.
Almost none of the men thought they would be able to... I don't know why any of the men went on the show. Because almost 0% of the men, they walked on, they were like, there's no way you can develop a connection with someone through a wall.
They just went there to prove a point.
I guess so. And then there were absolute softies. Oh my gosh. All of the guys were like, so much of attraction is physical. You could never.
Yeah.
And then like 2 days later, they're like sobbing in the room because nobody's ever even asked them anything about themselves, personal, because there's like, I don't think you're really allowed to. This is just me being incredibly rude and stereotypical now, but I don't know how much you're allowed to have a personality in Japan. And so like you're supposed to be your, like front. You're supposed to have a very strict.
It's polite to like be part of the group, not to stick out.
Yeah, and so. Anyways, these people explaining how they feel like, or even their feelings at all, and having someone listen and understand was such a, like, almost extreme experience for a lot of these people that they, like, just couldn't even talk.
It's kind of sad.
It was crazy. Yeah. It's a crazy show. I totally suggested it.
Love is Blind is the show I always forget exists, but then everyone freaks out whenever a new season comes out.
I didn't know it existed until like just a little bit ago because a new season came out and Chris was really into it.
I forget how big reality TV can be because I just don't consume it at all.
I don't consume it at all. It's crazy. I don't know what other like good reality TV shows. I've watched The Bachelor.
Watching Big Brother right now.
What is Big Brother?
Big Brother it's a group of like 15 to 20 people that just get locked in a house and just have cameras on them 24/7. It's like literally you can go to the live stream right now and just watch those people just walking around the house right now. But then they'll turn off the live stream for them to go film the games or whatever they're gonna go do. And it's like last person in the house wins like $750,000 or something like that. So it's like that, but you have no connection to the outside world whatsoever. You only have these people to talk to, and there's like the rules of the games that you have to follow and stuff like that.
So how do you get kicked out?
It's everyone votes out a person. So it's like there's stuff with like if you win a competition, then you become the head of house, and then you can nominate people to get to be put on the block to get voted out, and then those people have to win a game to be taken off the block, and whoever loses then gets put on.
Does this turn into like Survivor style, where it's like the strongest people end up getting kicked out first because they're the best at games, and then it's really annoying because you only have like the really crappy people left?
I think it's somewhere around there where this is more personality based because it's much more about the connections you make with people than like your ability to win games. Because Survivor is way more like what you're providing for the island and stuff like that too.
Gotcha.
So, I don't know. Sully's deep into that right now, and she gives me updates on like every major thing that happens.
I love how into reality TV that Sully is.
She's so into it.
What's interesting to me is that she's like got such a like sheltered, cute background, and I just would assume that she watches, I don't know, the History Channel or something. Yeah, like, I don't know. Because it's funny, because that's what I used to watch. I didn't really have TV growing up. And then when we did have TV, we only had, like, the Golf Channel and that 70s show and, like, all that stuff. So I would watch, we had a lot of National Geographics. We had, I think, almost all of the tapes. National Geographic tapes.
She did grow up watching a lot of Food Network and PBS. So, like, those were, like, the two. But that was definitely because, like, she wasn't allowed to watch Nickelodeon or whatever.
I wasn't allowed to watch any of that, not because I wasn't allowed to, but because I just didn't have any access to it. So,
that's very different, where there's not a fear baked into you with that
no
one.
fear at all. My parents are, like, pretty... I don't know. My parents were really, really interesting, honestly.
All right, so what are you most what's got your interest most in One Piece with this first episode?
So I love magic systems.
Yes.
And world building. Those are probably my two favorite things.
Those are two of the best things that One Piece has.
Yeah. So that's what I'm most interested in, because I'm actually I'm sure people are gonna hate this, but I actually love the fan fiction of world building. So where they will go into like Lord of the Rings or Harry Potter or any of these like magic systems and like flush them out into like real systems where the authors couldn't really do that due to kind of time constraints and also making an interesting story. They cannot go in a philosophical debate on how the magic system exactly works. I love those things. They're my favorite. So I'm very interested to go to see how both of those things work in I kind of have to get into like characters. It takes me a while to get into them because generally it's just another character. So like until I really get into why I'm supposed to like these characters, I'm just like, okay, yeah, sure.
Yeah, that's why I always say, which is like the default thing to say, is like watch until the Alabasta arc or not Alabasta. Alabasta's great, but Arlong Park. Arlong Park is where you hit.
Well, that's what they said as well. Yeah.
Yes. Which is you have you really establish the crew, the main like the core crew at first.
Right.
You establish who they really are as characters, and then you get the first real emotional scenes with them.
Yeah. Right.
A couple of them have smaller moments beforehand, but that's like the first like this is defining what One Piece, like the best parts of One Piece is that happens in that arc.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I mean, One Piece explains its magic system so well. I mean, you know about hockey because I explained. We did the PowerPoint on it one time. Right. They explained it so well that they made hockey to add more depth to what was already there.
Yeah.
So it's like they get very in depth with that, and then the world itself world is super, super cool.
Yeah.
But they're very sparing with when they give you the details, because they only give you the details of when it's important to the characters, which is just a very good natural way to explore the world itself.
Yeah. At least it has the base.
Yes.
Like, that's good. It matters so much. It really does. I'm going back a little bit. One Piece is mostly that, but it will make you cry.
Yes.
I don't mind that. I just don't like the general feel of it to be depressing. Like, I don't want to feel hopeless watching the thing. I do like things that have big emotional moments because it makes things matter. Which is what I always talk about in our Pathfinder stuff.
Yes.
Because I really like things to matter. So, like, if you don't ever have those kind of scenes where you're just devastated, then you don't really know why you should be happy when things are going well.
Right.
A little bit. Like, I don't know. I like having the variance and knowing.
One Piece's kind of philosophy is like shining optimism through the worst times. So that's what you're looking for is exactly what One Piece does.
Right. And I appreciate that a lot also.
But it does have the current episodes that just came out for the dub, which again, 1,100 whatever is genuinely like we're getting a character who got set up in like episode 300. We're getting that character's backstory, and it is one of like just even outside of my actual One Piece fanboy mindset, one of the best stories I've ever read is that character's backstory, and it is one of the most devastating like character like tragedies. It is incredible. So it's like it's they have those moments that make you cry and weep and like appreciate how beautiful else life is outside of it. Yeah.
Well, it really, you do need those to make it like an impact.
Right.
One, to give people depth, to make you care about them, like why you want them to do well and all that stuff. Like, it really does make a difference. I also dislike, I can't remember what anime it was, but the guy, my gosh, I can't remember which one it was.
Cowboy Bebop.
No. But it was like very, like the whole time, it was kind of a teenager's mentality of that things were going wrong, and it was just, oh my gosh, Sully just made a casserole!
Nebula, she cooked! Nebula, do something!
Get us our emotes, oh my gosh! We need a casserole emote just for Sully.
We need a casserole emote, it's really funny.
But yeah, it was like kind of a very complainer kind of thing, where it felt like it was just, there was that like things would happen to the character and they would just be like, I don't know. It was a depressing show in that you couldn't change anything in your life, and you were basically just like, you were like a victim in your own life kind of thing. Like, it was just incredibly frustrating to watch. And I was like, why would you want to watch that? Like, nothing that terrible happened. It wasn't like it was just like, it wasn't like in a like World War II or like something incredibly depressing. It just ended up. Bye, Sully! Enjoy your casserole!
That's what I was gonna say. Oh, she missed it.
Oh no, Sully! Nebula, just shut up! Sully, this is important. I'm guessing it was a mushroom and brie casserole with a side of anchovies.
There's a chance she could have texted it to me. Let me see.
Maybe.
Somebody I don't know just texted me, "Are you staying in today?"
Oh.
Who is this?
Why?
We're doing this live on stream.
What? I don't know. I've gotten recently. Oh, I got a text message, but it wasn't me.
But it says, "Who is this?" Sully did not send me a photo of the casserole. Most of the time when she cooks something and she's excited about it, she sends me a photo immediately. Oh, our chat froze again. That's what happened.
Oh.
Why is he doing that?
Wait. It is a chicken spaghetti.
Hang on, here. Just pull it back up on this screen, I guess.
It wasn't an anchovy one, so dang it. Okay, so chicken spaghetti yum hecky.
Heck yeah.
There was a...
She just sent me the photo.
Wow, that is giant.
Big casserole. So I made a big casserole.
Big casserole.
Keep in mind, she is 3 feet tall.
And also maybe, I don't know, like 70 pounds?
70 pounds, that thing weighs double her.
Probably. How did you even get it out? Okay, X'd it out here. Did you even get it out of the oven? That sounds, dubious.
Did you call help? Did you get a forklift?
Very dubious over here. Very dubious. But yeah, so I guess I'll have to watch the rest of the, not the rest.
Yeah, it looks like episode, just watch the rest this week. You know, we did the math. You somehow could, I guess.
No, I would not be able to. I would have 16 days and 16 hours to get it done.
It's okay. You just, there's like very little filler, so you can just go right through it.
Yeah.
What was I going to say? I forgot. I just remembered how little filler there is in One Piece. I'm doing the math in my head. Some of the filler is weird. So what they did used to have little filler arcs, but that were like 4 or 5 episodes, and then it would be done. And they'd normally be like right after one arc, but they always ended so that like when you, because there's a list online you can find of just all filler episodes of the show.
Oh, gotcha,
so you can just skip to the next one, and you'll always start that episode. It'll be them sailing away from that filler island, and they'll be like, "Man, what a fun adventure! Hope we go back to wherever that was." Anyway, and then they just move on. Like every time, so you're just like, "Oh, that's
awesome."
But
that's kind of cool though.
It's fun. Yeah, there's some fun filler. G9 is a filler arc that people love so much that they kind of consider it canon, because it's them after I forget which arc it is. It's Alabasta or Skypiea, but they end up in, I think it's Skypiea. They end up in a military base, and so that whole arc is them trying to get out of the military base, and that's regarded as just like filler so good that people just love that one so much.
Alright, well, that makes sense.
The other ones are not as good. The other ones are fine.
Well, if I was looking for things to do, I could watch the other filler.
Yes.
Have you watched all the filler?
No, there's a lot. There's a lot in there, and a lot
are
of them
you
are really
even a fan of
Yes.
One Piece?
Yes,
oh my
I am.
goodness!
I've also read all of the at the beginning of each chapter in One Piece. After a certain point, there are there's a small story happening with other characters you've met that just happen throughout it, and I've read all of those as well. And you just don't get those in the anime. They animated one. They animated one for some characters that you will meet soon, but then they never did it again. So there's like a character that if you're an anime only, you think this guy is fully dead, but in the manga, no, he's alive and thriving. He's cool actually.
What? It's weird that the anime and manga are so different.
There's very minor differences in there. One of the biggest differences that's just kind of funny is there's a filler arc where they go to some like fantasy kind of island and they fight a dragon. Like they see a dragon, they fight it.
That's the first thing you would do if you saw a dragon.
Yes, I mean that's definitely Luffy's first and Zoro's first instinct. But it's then later on in canon they do see a dragon, and then their reaction is, "I've never seen a dragon before. That's so cool." But it's in this canon they have seen a dragon, so it's very funny. There's some stuff like that. But there's like I think 100 episodes of filler, maybe, if that. Maybe it might.
Are you gonna watch
like
all of them before we go to Japan?
No, nobody cares about the filler.
Yeah, but
not a single person cares.
Finished, though?
I am finished. I'm caught up on the manga and everything.
Right.
My goal before we went to Japan was to catch up to the manga, so that way when we go to Japan, because I watched a YouTuber. And she was like, I was in Japan, and this very major thing happened in One Piece that I just like was finishing up with. Yeah. And then I had a fear in my mind of like, what if something extremely cool happens in either the anime or the manga while we're there, and then it spoils something for me. So I rapidly finished everything as quickly as I could. Gotcha. So I also want to pick up like a Shonen Jump while we're there, which is the magazine that has all the manga and stuff. Anyway.
Well, and I figure there's gonna be, because you don't have any of the One Piece cool stuff.
Yes, there's gonna be much better merch in Japan too.
I was like, there's a word for this, but I'm just gonna say cool stuff because I can't remember what the word was.
But I got there.
I'm very interested to see the dog pinecone because I feel like I don't know why those are the ones that came up. I'm actually very interested because I have a very odd brain when it comes to remembering things.
You do.
And I'm very interested to see why that is what I ended up remembering, especially since it's got such a reaction. Because I'm like, I don't know. I said I wasn't gonna say pine cone because I was like, well, that's a weird thing to say.
But it's One Piece.
It could have been a pine cone. I don't know.
Dog pine cone is really funny.
You don't know these things. Well, sweet. Well, I guess. Well, now I have to go watch the other ones.
You have to watch
all of them.
You have to watch the whole
I have
series
to watch
now.
at least a 5 though.
Watch. Yeah. Let me hang on. I'm gonna look up the episodes really quick.
I might even drag Chris in.
Guys, this number is a woman named Amy, and she's inviting me over for dinner tomorrow night. I will make lobster pasta and sushi.
Ooh.
Sure.
You say what? But you don't eat fish.
I mean, it's free food though.
Tell you don't eat fish.
Sorry,
Maybe
I'm allergic.
Yeah. What is she gonna say? Do you think?
I think she'll realize this is the wrong number. Then.
I think it's just a spam call.
This is a very genuine text. This feels a little too real.
You could. I feel like it's probably just I feel like it's just a fake text.
If you get to episode 8, then that's a good.
Okay.
That's honestly a fairly good stopping point because I think that's the end of.
You see
that's
that?
What, that's
Do you
what
hear that, guys? You only need to watch 8 episodes of One Piece to be like at a
Caught
pretty
up.
good stopping point.
4 is a good spot to stop. That's 4 is where you learn Luffy's backstory stuff.
Okay,
that's where Shanks comes in that we were talking about earlier.
Yeah.
But then 8 is like you finish up with Buggy.
Gotcha.
Buggy, love Buggy.
Gotcha.
Baby girl.
I think it's interesting that they did have that sword scene so early on where you have no idea how they cut the swords.
Yeah,
I was a little wondering that too.
I don't know. Because, I mean, like, my first thought, there is an explanation currently on how he could do that, but that didn't exist when that happened. So I don't know what Luffy did, because he also did it half asleep. Like, he was not awake and ready to fight. He was just waking up from a barrel after screaming, "What a great sleep I had."
Does he normally need time to, like, power up?
No. He could go and go. But I don't think he has any tools in his tool belt to handle breaking 2 swords in half.
Maybe they were just really bad swords.
They could have just been really bad swords. Just really weak swords.
Just punch the swords. When in doubt.
When in doubt, punch the sword.
Punch the swords.
And we get UG to endorse that mentality.
Yeah. If you ever come up with a person and they're threatening you with a sword, just punch the sword.
Punch the sword.
Don't punch them.
No. Well, that's dangerous if you punch them. Punch the sword.
Yeah. Absolutely. For your hot tips, join us again next week for a self-defense class. So we are exceptionally good at self-defense, I would say.
We will be defending ourselves against many fairy tale fans that will be coming out.
I know. You're like, yeah, fairy tale.
All
like
30
people. All 30 people came out of the woodwork. They were like, actually, it's a good show.
All 6 of the fairy tale diehards that are out there.
How sad would you be if I went and watched the whole fairy tale thing?
I'd be impressed because that's also a very long show.
Okay, what about 7 episodes of fairy tale before I came back?
You can watch it. You'll just see how annoying it is. Fairy tale episode count. I want to see how many episodes there are of fairy tale because there's also like 12 movies. 328 episodes of fairy tale.
That's nothing.
That's nothing.
Have you heard how many episodes are in One Piece?
You would get a third of the way through One Piece by the time you finish this.
A third feels like 0%.
Yeah, third. It's not even. It's less than a third because it's 1,100 episodes.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's Google just died a bit while doing that. So.
That's okay.
Anyway.
Well, sweet.
Well, thank you so much for joining.
Thank you. Lovely seeing everybody.
We'll be back next week with something.
We'll see.
I don't know.
We'll see what's up.
More One Piece, maybe not, probably not, but we'll see.
We'll see how far we get.
If you have any ideas for Tuesday streams, let us know. We kind of will just do whatever. Tomorrow night, Wednesday, if you're watching live at this exact moment, is Secrets Between the Stars. Just a little plug. Last week's episode, I think, was one of our best episodes. So I think check it out. It made Riley cry for good reasons. I didn't threaten her. She just cried because it was of what was happening in the episode.
I think you should be arrested. I think that's actually like a serious offense. Yeah, serious offense. Riley's a sweetheart.
But that's their problem. Is she gets so emotional. she's so tenderhearted.
Blame it on the victim.
I'm blaming the woman. Yeah, watch last week's episode of Secrets. It's real good. And then watch tomorrow's episode as well. Also will be good. Sunday, Strange Aeons, Pathfinder 2nd Edition. One of us will be on it at any point. You never know when, but one of us will be on it. With that, thank you guys so much for joining. We'll be back next week.
Yes, goodbye.
Have a good night.